Based on years of radio telemetry studies, it's become clear how important Trappers Point is for thousands of migratory pronghorn and mule deer. And because that area is bisected by US Highway 191, wildlife vehicle collisions began to increase as traffic volumes increased, which became a problem for both mule deer and pronghorn.
It was a killing field out here with the loss of hundreds of thousands of dollars worth of vehicles, trucks, passenger cars, some loss of life, human life, as well as loss of pronghorn. And we tried several different things in terms of warning systems to get people to slow down, to be aware that there were animals on the road, particularly during the migration periods, none of which worked pretty well. We weren't seeing any particular success.
So to mitigate that issue, in 2012, the Wyoming Department of Transportation took on a really progressive and cutting-edge wildlife crossing structure program where they installed 2 wildlife overpasses and 6 wildlife underpasses in a 12-mile stretch of that highway that encompassed Trappers Point.
With a great deal of input, with a lot of data about where we were getting our most collisions, where the most dangerous spots were. Of course, this particular area with the world's neatest archaeological site on it was selected for an overpass as one of the primary migration routes. Designed the bridge so that animals cannot see over the top of it as they're walking across it. A truly multidisciplinary project along this wildlife corridor that it starts off with the overpass where we have essentially recreated the hill slope that antelope would have been using to cross before the highway was down cut into that ridge. The other critical element in all of this are you see the wildlife fencing that goes into all of that, and also funneling animals to the underpasses for really close to 15 miles along this stretch of 191.
We monitored those wildlife structures, those crossing structures, for 3 years after construction, and we found that those structures were used nearly 85,000 times. 60,000 mule deer crossings, 25,000 pronghorn crossings. What was interesting there was the species-specific differences. Mule deer tend to move underneath the highway, but pronghorn, not surprisingly, really preferred the overpasses, and more than 90% of those 25,000 pronghorn crossings were on the overpasses. The construction of overpasses and underpasses in and around Trappers Point has effectively reduced wildlife vehicle collisions by more than 80%.